opportunity. I'd like to say a few words, actually share a few words with you folks today. Um, so equality, freedom, liberty, brotherhood, these are the guiding principles of the Indian Constitution, written by the greatest social reformer, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. According to the Article 14 of our Constitution, all citizens of the nation should be treated equally, irrespective of caste, religion, gender, and language. But where are we today? The discrimination is at a very high level. The atrocities, unthinkable. And the exclusion of Bahujans from the mainstream businesses, education, opportunities is at the lowest levels today, and we've been excluded in every possible situation. Instead of uniting people and embracing diversities, the current regime in India, as we all know, it's pushing on only one agenda. It's primarily based out of a religious fascist regime, which is the entire opposite of our founding fathers. It is an utter disrespect and mockery of all the sacrifices made by millions of our elders and ancestors. So as Dr. Baba Sahib said, so as long as you do not achieve social liberty, whatever freedom is provided by the law is of no avail to you. In 1830s, the US government did the same thing to the indigenous people of the Americas. They've created laws, and when the laws did not suit them and their agenda, they've changed the laws accordingly. So today, we are facing the same problem in our motherland. No laws are working, and everything is being changed. And what is that leading to, right? So there's no dignity, there's no freedom, and there's no life. There's no freedom of food, freedom of thought, there is no freedom of education, and there is no freedom to find equal opportunities. Freedom of mind is real freedom. A person whose mind is not free is a slave, though he may not be in chains, right? So one whose mind is not free, even though he's alive, he's better to be dead. Freedom of mind is the proof of our existence. That is what we've learned from Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar. And to achieve the freedom today, we need to be financially strong. That is a very key part of our society. So we need financial independence to have that freedom of thought. Without that, you cannot. So I'm going to ask you a quick question. How many of you open Yahoo Finance in your office screens during your working hours? Does anybody do that? Nice question. But Yahoo Finance is one place, everything about finance. And also, how many of you follow the rich people on social media? You need to do that. You need to follow the rich people because they already invest in all the ideas. All you need to do is follow them. And then we can pick and choose our own opportunities. I'm sure a lot of you might have learned about Burger King. When Burger King came up, it did not do the market research. It just started one place right beside McDonald's. It did not do any market research, did not invest any money in that because they know McDonald's have done all that work. All Burger King need to do was to open up shop right across the street. And they were successful. That's the strategy we need to follow. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. All we need to do is follow certain people and we need to organize ourselves to discuss and see what we can do. Similarly, one more question. A lot of you people know Range Rover cars, right? Range Rover, Land Rover. Do you know why all the rich people have Range Rover? There is a reason why everybody has a Range Rover. Even though it is a luxury and all of that, Range Rover is not owned by any of those people. They are leased under their businesses. Because any car over 2,000 pounds can be written off in the business. So that's why you see everybody owning a Range Rover who's rich and celebrities and all of that, even though they're better cars. So the point is, we need to know, the ins and outs of the world of business. It is very important that we learn, that we educate ourselves, so that we can invest in the right places. I know, and again, one more thought we usually have is that we need to save first and then do the business next. That's not always right. Because in order for us to start from the ground up and save and then start a business, it's going to take a long time and you lose an opportunities in the pathway. You need to take advantage of the financial system. You need to know, how many of you know about balance transfers on credit cards? Most of us do. We can also do that for investments. You do a 3% balance transfer and you make 15% in 1 year, you pay up the 3% and then you have 12% profit. You could use that formula to make money. So use money to make money. That's what a lot of rich people do. They don't invest their own money, they just borrow it and then they make money. So I just wanted to talk about the financial, the importance of financials today. And there are barriers. My family, even though we do a lot of social service, we also do some businesses. And in doing so, we've encountered a lot of problems in India and here also. So there are always barriers. The barriers of entry into the world of business in the United States is lower than the barriers of entry from India. So I would request all of us to gather, I'm sure a lot of you know Robinhood, the investment. Yes, please put money into that. You could pool up the money from your friends so that you can buy big stocks. So I also do, how many of you know Turo? Turo or Get Around. Those are car rental companies that you can rent your personal cars in. So I did that business also in New York City. And again, you don't need to invest a lot of your own money into those businesses. So let's all educate and let's all gather together. Let's all educate ourselves. And also I would like to give a big shout out to all the fighters out there in California, the new bill that's come out. Everybody please give a round of applause to all those fighters. The agitations should not stop. And also, please follow independent journalists who are on Twitter. There are a lot of Dalit journalists, Dalit Voice. There's so many people out there in Twitter, especially from Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. So please follow them. Let's all, gather together, gather friends. Anna is doing a great work, in education and employment and everything. So thank you again for this opportunity. It was nice to meet you all again. We should all gather more in business and talk more about business. Thank you.
Thank you, Tejaji. Tejaji, just a minute. I just wanted to ask you some questions actually. So that's a great information. So Mahesh Dada, is there any possibility to have some sessions from Tejaji to educate our community?
Will do.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Truly, an impactful commandments Dr. Baba Saheb has given us. We must get ourselves educated and